You are listening to the WYRD Mountain Gals Show. Prepare yourself.
We
Good.
know that sound.
Recording in progress. Hey,
How are you?
ya?
I'm blind. I'm out in the daylight, and man, I can't see anything. I really can't. Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. I'm having a slow day at the store.
So tell me about last night's full moon offering.
Oh my goodness. The only sad thing about it is we couldn't see it because it was so overcast. But
Right.
we had a really good group doing that Facebook Live, and that we haven't done that in many and many a month. So I was really glad to be back doing that. It's so funny. My conceit about that is that we're all in my kitchen. We all get to have the kind of cookies that we love, our favorite kind of cookies. And last night when we went on the cat bus on our little adventure, I said, just fill your pockets up with cookies. And then I was trying to imagine, there were like 45 people, I guess, on this thing, this meditation. And I just tried to imagine, I knew a lot of them, to imagine them with like a jacket with great big pockets and just stuffing cookies in there so they'd have some snacks to eat later. It was hilarious. But we had a good time. Good time.
It has been a while since I've heard talk of the cat bus. Was
Yeah,
there?
it's been months.
Yeah. Cat, that's a very good trigger for me. That's a good memory for me too. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it is for me too. And it was sweet. It was mostly people we've had before. And we had Kathy Burke, who I love her when she shows up. I mean, I love her all the time, but I love when she shows up because she's in Australia. So
Oh,
she's already in the future. Plus, she's in
oh,
a different season. So
yeah.
the first time she checked in, I don't know what time in the morning she got up to do this thing, but she said, "Hello, this is Kathy Burke. I'm speaking to you from the future."
Oh, I love it.
It was it was great.
I
And
love it.
so, and you know, they're heading towards Beltane as we head towards Samhain. So it
Yeah.
worked good. It worked really, really well. Oh, what a
Nice.
busy month though. Don't you have
Hey,
you have a busy month this month too?
it's it's well, on the calendar it looks okay, but in reality, I know what the deal is because I've got to launch two sites, one e-commerce driven site. I have to learn how to
Uh-huh.
conquer Substack and the video stuff that I'm trying to learn right now. And I keep thinking, well,
Nice.
maybe I'm just trying to get too complicated with it. But damn it, I'm going to learn how to do this. If other
Good.
people can do it, I should be able to. And I want to finish up that course that I was taking from that online stuff at Harvard. It's still available for now.
Uh-huh.
I want to finish that up, and I've got several Gale projects, and I've decided I'm going to go way light on planting stuff in the fall, for the fall, excuse me, because I want you to know those tomatoes are still producing. I got
Oh
10
yeah, mine too.
tomatoes.
Mine too.
Uh, it's it's crazy awesome. So I am just, but I don't want to keep doing as much of that this fall winter because I want to get that place ready for the spring. I want to get
Yeah.
all the containers that I want. I want them painted, and I want to get some dirt that I trust, you
Uh-huh.
know, and all of that. And hopefully nothing from the mulch pile out there that's burning down.
Oh my gosh, isn't that awful?
It is, but
Just
it's
just terrible.
inevitable, isn't it? When you have a mulch pile that is 6 stories high, or excuse
Well,
me, 100, it was higher than that, it was 100 and some feet tall.
have
It's
you seen
inevitable.
have you seen the mulch pile down on Riverside Drive?
No, is
It's
it bad again?
terrifying. It's terrifying.
There are no winners when it's that situation because there are animals that try to live there that almost inevitably they get killed. I mean, not that that's the only thing to worry about, but they almost always catch on fire at some point. And I hate to say it, but it's what I'm thinking. If it's right there where it is, then good likelihood that the buildings and stuff that it came from are soaked in chemicals. Not
Well,
just a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I don't know that there's buildings in there. It's mostly trees, tree roots, and pallets.
So, well, yeah, I know for sure pallets are in the one in Mills River, but I thought it would also have building material in it. Oh well, either way, I don't like big giant 10-story tall mulch piles. They make me feel nervous and weird.
Yeah, as well they should.
Yeah. So out of this full moon last night was being called a super moon.
Oh, I don't believe any of that. I think that's a bunch of BS.
Well, in the case of supermoon, I think maybe what it's referring to is the distance from the moon to the Earth. I think there's two of them a year.
Yes, and
And
it's where it looks almost imperceptibly larger.
right, and it makes
But
sense to me because wasn't this last dark moon a micro moon, which meant it was the farthest out from the Earth?
maybe, I mean, I don't keep up with any of that
Do you know?
because so much of it is this kind of new age crap.
Uh,
Oh, it's a super moon, which means it's, fill in the blank, some kind of garbage. So I just
well,
don't pay attention to it. Full moon is different than other moons, and the dark moon is different, and waxing is different, and waning is different. But beyond that, I just don't go. Yeah.
and I think that you're right to do that. That's from experience that you say that. what what I think about, pink moon and the bare moon and the Epsom salt moon and whatever is that it sort of makes the moon phases more interesting to the average person, maybe.
Yeah.
It's interesting stories that go along with it, and eventually, if enough people keep prescribing to it through the generations, it will become semi-true, just simply because.
Will certainly become true legend. It's a
Yeah,
true legend.
yeah, that's the truest form of legend is the but that's my thought on it, because we can clearly see how if you say something enough times,
Oh,
people will believe it after a
golly
while.
bum.
Mhm.
Isn't
Yep,
that the
and
truth of it?
they'll usually start the sentence with, "Well, everybody knows that," and just in that tone of voice too. Well, everybody knows that such and such is
Right.
such and such. Anyway,
Didn't you
that,
know that? Didn't you know? Yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't know nothing. I don't know
I
nothing.
and then the next thing you know is, well, my granny always said it, and she would tell me blah blah blah, and I remember this time blah blah blah. I'm telling you, that's how you do it. You just speak it as if it was the truth, and there's an element of people that will believe you.
Well, and in my particular part of my particular field, there are lots of people who are saying, "Oh, my grandma taught me whatever," and it's like, and people talk to their grandmas, and their grandmas go, "What? I never said that. What are you talking about?"
I believe that, truly believe that. I I did not have any big subject matter to talk to you about this week. It wasn't that I wasn't thinking about stuff. It was just that everything seems to be coming together seasonally. And what I mean by that is it's starting to feel like the end of summer. It's starting to feel like fall. My brain is starting to move back into the kitchen area of the house, you know. And so I figured just that's going to be enough to talk about, because haven't you noticed that your food cravings and wants start changing this time of year?
Well, I find that I want hot food. And I go through the whole summer eating grapes and crackers and whatever. But
salads.
this time of year, I want real hot food, warm food.
Yeah, yeah. And have you found yourself craving like beef or protein if you have low iron? Did you ever notice that?
Yes, and I am doing that because I do have low iron right now. So I've been doing a lot of protein and a lot of beets.
Oh,
I thoroughly enjoyed some beets with a little bit of sour cream on them 2 nights in a row. So that was pretty
interesting.
yummy. Yeah. And yeah, I'm ready to roast up some root vegetables. But now it's October and I ain't got a lick of time.
I know.
Nothing.
I
No
know what
time.
you mean. I do. I know exactly what you mean. There are things that need to get done in my life in this month, in the next few weeks, and I am just determined to make them happen. So,
Oh,
well,
good.
hey,
Good. Yeah, I don't have an option. They're going to happen.
yeah. Well,
And I'm just figure out how to slot them into the schedule.
yeah. Well, I'm telling myself every time I think about that I'm busy, I tell myself, aren't you lucky to be able to finally semi handle your schedule instead
Isn't
of
that
just
nice?
letting it all go past me? Yeah.
Yep,
It's a very, very good feeling. And you want something else good? You want to hear something good?
I do.
Yesterday I went and had a checkup at the doctor.
Yes.
So it's not all perfect. I'm anemic, pretty seriously anemic. But
Why is it we're so
he
damn anemic? I can't
I,
figure it out.
I don't know. I think our tooth issues had something to do with it because we quit eating things that were good for us and traded it out for either not eating or eating soft things.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's part of
so
it for sure.
for me anyway. So, but yesterday he was checking my lungs, the stethoscope and the breathe in, and he kept, changing the way he wanted me to breathe. And finally, towards the end, he was really making me, push and breathe and blah blah blah. And he said, "Nice." He said, "Sounds pretty good. Your lungs sound pretty good." And, and
That's great.
that he doesn't know it, but I went to when I left, I got in the car and cried. Now, I've
Oh,
never heard that sentence before, ever in my life.
wow.
Yeah, so I can't tell you how grateful I am to be able to have this medicine that has helped me and changed it all for me. Changed it all. And I'm really grateful that it got figured out what the deal was in the first place.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yep. So there's just some good news. Now the
Oh,
rest
I'm
of it
glad
all
you.
sucks out in politic world, but
Yeah,
I feel good.
I don't know that it does. There's an undercurrent now that I'm getting from people that I know in Chicago and Portland.
Mhm.
Um, there's this kind of undercurrent of, yep, they're just going to keep going and going until they go too far, and then I don't know what and then means, but yeah, I think they're cooking their own goose. How's that for a
Yeah,
lovely
well,
country euphemism?
Heather Cox Richardson had something the either in the last few days, I'd say. And basically it said there's a shift. There's a shift. And so that's fine. There needs to be one. The shift may be too damn late, but whatever. At least there's a shift. And
We just have to hope it's not too little, too late.
right, right. I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen some things in this last week that made me. I mean, but in the meantime, we have pumpkin spice. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's because what you said is correct, and the issue is a big one, and it's something that I don't know. I know what needs to happen. And I'm like you, I feel
Tell
like
me,
something is
tell me,
changing.
tell me.
What needs to happen? Humans need to
Yeah.
change their nature and quit being dumbasses. We've got so many stupid people in this world, and maybe I'm one of them because stupid people never know that they're stupid. And I'm
And it's
using the word stupid incorrectly. I should find another word. But that's the one that comes to me whenever somebody really screws up in their driving. And that's the one that comes to me whenever somebody screws up so badly in some area and they won't either take responsibility for it or they refuse to see that it happened in the first place. Those people are blind, ignorant, and stupid. And so, sorry, that's what I call it. And willful.
I'm laughing over here because I think it was a bumper sticker that said stupidity is not a victimless crime.
No. And what a very, very true sticker. I saw one and I thought, oh, if I had only thought of that. It was great. It had the letter F. It had a picture of a crow, and the crow was saying call, CAW, and then an
Uh-huh.
F right after that.
Yes, isn't that
Cough.
hilarious?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Oh, if I could have thought of that, we would have been billion trillionaires by now.
Yeah, that
Yeah, like I
the
cared about that.
IRS would have taken it all though.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know that I
I
would have.
mean, it's October, and October is always a silly season. I mean, people go, "Oh, it's the spooky season," but it's really the silly season.
Well,
And
in
every few years we've got an election, which makes us even crazier, a bunch of dingbats.
in South Africa, they have a silly season. Did you know that?
That's right, they do.
Yeah, and
I tell you what I've been loving, and I'm saying this because I just yawned. I've been loving sleeping. Now that it's cool at night and I can put a blanket on my
oh yeah.
bed and I put on my warm pajamas, and it's like it gets to be 10 o'clock, and I'm like, is it time for bed yet? Because I think I could sleep. But I am in bed by 11 o'clock just about every night, and just
Wow.
like here I am. I get to stay here till 7 o'clock in the morning. Woohoo! It's
You
great.
know, I'm starting to wake up on my own fairly early. What I'm loving is that I am waking up after having had an okay night's sleep. I got up this morning on my own and I think I started waking up at 7:30. And so it takes me a long time to wake up because I have that luxury.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And that's another thing I'm grateful for. So I wake up slowly and quiet, and I had both windows just wide ass open all night. But because it only got, I want to say it was like 62 was the temperature for the low last night. That's comfortable weather, you know.
So comfortable.
Yeah, and so I love to wake up and listen to Wild Kingdom out there because that's what it is in
Hmm.
the morning.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, and my mother's house, I have recorded more varieties of birds in a short period of time than anywhere else I've been and recorded. I got 14 different birds within 5 minutes the other day.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep. It's like Wild Kingdom in the suburbs there. And, we've had the other night, the camera picked up a huge bear, just, just making its way in a civilized fashion right up the front stairs. And
Oh, how wonderful.
yeah, it walked right past the front door and over to our neighbor's yard. And that was the
Oh,
same morning that on the other side of the house, the little baby deer that I used to watch sleep is
uh-huh.
now kind of a teenage deer. What do they call those yearlings? I don't know.
Yearlings, maybe?
Um, Maybe. And I saw it walking with its mom right that next morning along the backyard. And
Oh,
we've got various animals that just come on through the neighborhood. They just pass on through. They're not hurting anything. They make my mother quite nervous sometimes, but she's also the only human that I've known personally that ever had such a giant black snake right there at eyeball level unexpectedly when it crawled up the house and decided to nap on the windowsill there, and she walked
I
right out the
remember
front door.
that. Oh my gosh.
That got her. That scared the living shit out of her. But the bear thing, I'm not afraid of them. I don't want to hang out with them because they're wild animals, but you know how I am.
Well, I mean, and being cautious is no bad thing, but I can remember being in my garden, and I was huffing and puffing because I was digging or delving or whatever I was doing, and then I took a big deep breath and I went, "That is either a fox very close to me or a bear a little farther away," because you could smell it.
You can
That
smell it.
kind of
Yeah.
that kind of old sort of rank smell. And about that
Yes.
time, we had a family of foxes then that were living down the bank behind us. And about that time, one of the foxes popped up from down the slope, just popped up, looked around, and I went, "Oh, it's a close by fox, not too close
Uh,
by bear." So okay, well, I'm not going to worry about a fox.
right. Dee, 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 dee. Uh, well, I've seen many bears in my life and many bears at your cottage. Ooh, boy.
Golly, well, and
Yeah.
my house in town is where I see all the
Oh,
bears.
yeah. Y'all,
That
y'all are bear central, aren't you?
we really are, and the neighborhood we have a little text group, and somebody will pop up and go, here's the bear. Let me tell you where it is right now." And so you can check the time signature and go, "Oh, it's probably heading my way. I think I'll
Bear
go on the
alert.
porch and take a look."
Yeah. Bear alert, bear alert. I think what scared mom was one year there was a family and there was a bear that broke into their house down in Fairview.
Uh-huh.
And it scared the shit out of them, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it hurt anybody. But I think that's what caused mom to think, "Oh no, a bear could come in my house? What would I do?" She likes to be
Yeah.
prepared for every
Well, I mean,
emergency.
and bears are big animals, but I mean, the bears we have here, it's not like grizzly bears. I mean, grizzly bear will take you out. But the bears
Yeah.
here, I think you'd have to get between a mama and her cubs, or you would have to offer a whole lot of danger to them for them to do anything other than to turn their fat asses around and go the other way.
Yeah, I
And I
totally
say that
agree.
lovingly because this time of the year they are fat
They
asses. They
I
have
know.
they've bulked up.
They chunk it up. I remember one time going down Glenbridge Road from 191 and headed as if I was headed towards 25. So I guess that would mean I was headed what, east, northeast, and way off in the distance, at least a football field away, up on a hill, there was a bear, and it was coming. It was not sauntering, but it was walking with a purpose in my
Mm,
direction. And when it saw my vehicle, it stopped and turned around and went in the opposite direction. And
uh,
that's what bears do. If they know you're there,
yep,
they will walk away until you get out of their sight. So
yep,
it's like all the rest of the animals, a few bad ones, and that kind of makes a name for them. No.
yeah. Oh, everything in the world is so terrible right now. It's so terrible. Well, maybe you could think about some way you could be of service in your community. Could you volunteer somewhere? Could you, I don't know, weed a community garden or something like that? No, because it's just easier to sit on my couch and look at my phone and go, oh, woe is me. What am I going to do? Well,
You can,
do something. Do something or do nothing. That's how I feel
well,
about it.
I believe that not everybody is as physically fit as you are. For
I'm really
somebody who's
not.
not I think you are.
I am really not. But
Well,
I'm not saying you have to be out digging and delving. there's other things you can do.
True.
You can write letters, you can make phone calls, you could be a solace to people who just need
Yeah.
somebody to talk to. You
Well,
know,
well,
there's
that
a
was
million
kind of my point.
there's a million things you can do.
Yeah, that was kind of my point. Is not everybody is you. You're very fit and you get a lot done because your mind is as fit as your body is, and not everybody is there. But you know, they can make their own plan on how to help. They don't have to wait for somebody to tell them. They can make their own plan for what they could do to help. And it doesn't have to be anything huge if they're not capable of that. But to do something is great. And I remember you saying, this has been many podcasts ago, probably in the first 50 podcasts. At some point, you said the following. You said, well, can you make a pot of soup and take it to somebody? And
Yeah.
that anything that helps, anything that, if you're helping somebody, it's helping you just as much. That's just always the way that it is. And you don't have to be traditional. It's 2025. People don't even know what tradition is anymore. So go out there and play to your talents. If your
Yes.
talent is running on at the mouth, consider what you say and then go run on at the mouth about something important.
Yeah.
So and if your talent is crochet, by all means, people need the comfort of homemade things.
They do. Absolutely, they do.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't tell me that you can't help. Everybody can help in some
Yes.
way. And just to be a friend and listen on the phone to somebody is enormous nowadays.
That is so huge because everybody says, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. But if the thing that you have, if you don't have robust health or you don't have transportation, maybe the thing that you have is time. And that's the thing
Yeah.
that you can share with people.
Mm-hmm. And if you have good intentions, but simply cannot get anything done that you think is helpful, then what you need to do is work on helping yourself so that you can
Oh,
eventually get to that place.
what a good point.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I realized the other day that I'm so busy being a cheap ass and saying, oh, I can't change my shoes. I love these shoes. Well, they quit making these shoes years ago. And I've been going through I bought like 5 pairs of them when I found out they were going to do out, get rid of these shoes. And now this 5th pair of shoes is beyond needing to be replaced. And I am such a cheap ass that I was out there going, no, I couldn't possibly spend that on a pair of shoes. And it's true. I don't need some sort of Louboutin or whatever, some high-end brand, but I do need something that's going to fit my foot correctly. I bought a pair of, they're called Hey Dudes. Have you ever heard of them? They're supposed to be as good. They're supposed to feel as comfortable as Crocs do. And of course, they look a lot better than Crocs do.
Nice.
And so I finally broke down and reluctantly bought a pair of them because they were in a clearance bin. And when I got them, it's like, these look so cool. Yeah, I could wear these. And I put them on. They were too tight at the toe. And I thought, nah, man, I can wear these. This is the right size. I can get used to this. And I couldn't hardly walk the next day.
Oh, no.
And it's like, you know what? I should have just spent the money, paid $50 more, and got something that my feet could handle. That's ridiculous. Because my intention is to walk more. I want to walk more.
But you can't do that without shoes that fit.
Right. I don't want to go barefoot. And I'm almost at that place. So.
No, I get you. But I had a funny moment the other day. You know how you and I talk about my weirdness around money because I grew up so poor.
Yeah.
But I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, I've just got to find a computer. My poor old computer, I've had it for 10 years and it has served me so well and so faithfully. I've written so many books on that computer. And after every book, when I write the end, I say to that computer, that's your last book. Next time I'll have a new computer and you can be retired. And again, I'll get a contract for a book and I'll just start writing. But I was talking to a friend and I said, I gotta get a new computer because I, I gotta update Windows. And Windows is telling me you need to update, but you can't update on this computer because it doesn't have the hardware to do it. So
Right. It's
you're
too,
gonna have
yeah.
to think about what to do about that. And I was like, well, I guess I'll just get a new computer. So we were talking about it. And the friend was giving me all sorts of helpful advice about how to get the cheapest computer that I could. And I said, you know what? I don't give a damn what it costs.
Yeah.
I'm making money and I don't have time to spend any of the money I make.
Well, and
I've
it's a
made as
tool.
much money. I've made as much money in the past 6 weeks reading tarot cards to buy myself a really good computer. So
Yeah.
I just said, you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna find the thing that I need. I'm gonna pay whatever they're asking for it. And they
Did
were
you
like,
find
well,
one?
but no, I haven't yet because I don't have time. I don't have
Boy, do
time.
I have a suggestion or two for you
Yeah, and
when
is it
you're
all
ready.
about is all about me ordering it online? Because I ain't fucking doing that, and you know it.
Oh, you can go see it. You
I
can
will
go
go
to
to I will go
go
to
to Best
Best
Buy.
Buy. I will go
Yeah.
to Best Buy, and some lovely young nerdish girl will sell me a computer, and that's just how that's gonna be.
Well, my suggestion is that you find one. See, they're not making new computers standard with CD players anymore.
No,
So you
that's
need to
true,
make
and that's
you need
sad.
you need to make sure that yours has the ability to have one plugged in externally, or you can request. I think some brands will allow you to request a CD comes with it that would come with it an internal
And
CD.
why would I need that when I've had a double CD player on this laptop for 10 or 12 years and have never fucking used it once?
Oh, well, then never mind. If you've never, yeah, never mind. In that case, I would recommend that you have a good sized storage bin, at
Yeah.
least a terabyte, because you do work with media files and you will more and more as time goes on. And that's basically it. My favorite brand is Dell, and the reason I like Dell is because they generally, even though all of them, you have to have the bullshit cleaned off of them before you get started with them, or else they'll just plague you forever with annoying pop-up ads and you got to do this and you got to do that. I hate that about computers nowadays. And so it's usually an extra charge to have that done, but it's usually not very much. But the ones that seem to have the easiest warranties to deal with, they do come from Best Buy. And I like I said, I like Dell. I'll buy them online, but but you know what I'm saying. Just
Yep.
work.
Yep.
And as far as you don't need a fancy dancy processing speed, you don't need fancy dancy video graphics, because the basic stuff is better than anything that you need. So they
And
make these.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I can't remember now.
You were saying, and they make these.
Well, and they make these computers for these gamers, and they do need the fancy video and all of that stuff. But for business people, and that is what you are, uh, you need something that's going to work and be dependable and do anything you need it to.
I
You see?
need I need a glorified word processor. I need a typewriter. That's what I
Yeah,
need, a typewriter.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
it.
me too.
I'm not a gamer. I don't watch videos. I don't do anything but use I do
Yeah,
everything else on my phone.
yeah.
But the thing I can't do on my phone is write.
Mm,
Well,
I
and
agree.
I guess I could do that.
I
But
do wonder.
it'd be annoying. Maybe with an extra touch touch key thing, I could do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, you just made me wonder something. My computer, and a lot of them nowadays, from what I understand, the laptop monitor screen is touch sensitive. If that's the case, you can spend $20 and get you 3 or 4 of those pin looking cursor things. Hold it in your hand as if it was a pin, and use your computer that way. You can use it to click buttons if you want, but you can also use it to handwrite stuff and draw things if you're an artist and so on. I wonder if that is something you'd ever use.
Never. Because
Never.
the other thing I did today is I went by the Dollar Tree to pick up some things for the temple, and I bought myself a brand new red notebook for the new book that I'm writing, because that's how I
Oh,
write my books, in a notebook. So I
that's
know
all right.
I'm
Yeah.
just a troglodyte at heart. I just need I need it to be fast enough to send uh, a Word document to a
Mhm.
publisher. And that
Yeah.
is just about all
Yeah.
that I need. And
Yeah.
I've got a big old Dropbox account to put other stuff in that I
Yeah.
pay dearly for every year and hardly ever
Yeah.
use. So
I didn't
uh,
realize you had Dropbox.
I've got a like 2 terabyte Dropbox. I got a big one.
That's pretty cool.
Yep, and I rarely ever use it. So there we go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that and figuring out all the stuff I need to do and just I mean, Alicia, we have been through a hurricane and
Yep.
its aftermath, and there's not a whole lot that scares me at this point.
No.
Oh, technology is going to be annoying, isn't it? Well, all right.
Well, you're right. I guess the hardest thing you have to decide is, do you want one that has a pretty colored case? I mean, really, you just don't. You're right. You don't require a lot.
I don't. I mean, I
Y-
think I'm hoping that the hardest thing about this whole process is going to be putting all of my passwords in.
Mhm.
And
Um,
I have done that thing that they tell you never to do. It's all written down. So I just
yeah,
have to go, oh, what is my T-Mobile password? Oh, there it is.
yeah, yeah. I
Crazy.
get it.
I don't even do my banking online.
You know, I, of course, I do a lot of stuff on it.
I
And,
know, well, because you're the tech girl and I am not.
well, I created a little, I created a code for myself many, many years ago that I understand. And if I save a, a note file, or any file really, with that name, with that code somewhere in it, then I can go
Mm-hmm.
back and search for it and find it. And so,
Oh, that's clever.
yep, and I hide my passwords within the little file. So it's not perfect, and you shouldn't do it. Don't do that, y'all, because it'll make your life easier. But I've been doing it for a lot of years. And now, though, I'm having to change that procedure because the I don't know why this is happening, but they're kind of wise to it, I think. And you have to log in now with your Google ID. And so it's like that
Ooh.
that simple request that you had of me yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I had to sit there and figure out what our Google ID and password was.
Oh, Lordy.
And I know it's like, what? That's not what I'm doing. I just need to do blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. It's not going to get any easier. It's
No, it's
just so
not.
you got to
It's
pick your
really
battles
not.
with technology. I mean, I've been fussing with our site for a month and a half solid,
Yep.
and I'll get
Yep.
close but no cigar, and it's like, it's so incredibly frustrating. It really is. But anyway, you know what is not frustrating is this
Yes.
weather. I know I've said it. It's the
Ah,
best
beautiful.
sleeping weather.
Beautiful.
We have a lot. Here's what I've noticed about the foliage this year is that we have a lot of heather, blue heather, that I've never really noticed around here before, other than maybe here or there a little bit. But in addition to all the goldenrods that we have, and all the the pampas or the oats, excuse me, and the different grains and the different kinds of daisies and stuff that we have. We have got this blue heather everywhere, and it kind of looks like smoke from a distance.
Is that asters?
I don't know. I don't know.
Kind of bluish purple.
Yeah, it is bluish purple.
Yeah,
I'll
I
try
think
and
that.
find a picture.
Yeah, send me a picture of that. I bet it's asters because they're everywhere right now.
Evidently, and it's interesting to me because I've never noticed it around here before,
Oh, huh.
and it's just everywhere right now. It is, and so I don't know if that's new for this area or I've just been blind to it in the past, but I don't think so. I think that this amount of it is new to the area. And I noticed that the old French Broad, she's looking quite different this fall.
Oh, golly, isn't it
Yeah.
true? I
This
drove
time
north
last year.
along the river earlier, and there were places I hadn't seen up Riverside Drive and up into Madison that I just broke my heart.
Yeah. Well, I always consider that river a she.
Me too.
And I always consider that she is an old woman. And in my mind, she looks pretty grumpy right now. But she doesn't look anything like she did this time last year
No,
when
golly, isn't that the truth?
she looks okay, but she certainly doesn't look, very peaceful. She looks like she's got a lot
No.
of undercurrents. And I
Yeah.
noticed that there are lots and lots and lots of tree branches that are sticking up in the middle there. A little
Mm-hmm.
confused about that because I watched for months these FEMA tractors go up and down the river trying
Right.
to clear it out. I,
Yeah.
I I also noticed that if you're driving on 191 from Avery's Creek headed to Sandy Bottoms,
Uh-huh.
that about half the trees are gone. So you have a
Yeah.
much
Oh,
better view of the river than you used to.
yeah. Yeah.
So she's had some of her decor taken away from her, you know.
She'll grow some more
Yeah,
when
yeah,
she's ready.
yeah.
All right. Well,
I
I'm
do.
gonna have to run, my child.
Well, thank you for hanging out. And
Oh,
listen,
this
the
was
Weirdlands
good.
are amazing. They are still amazing and they're going to keep being amazing. And hello to all of y'all listening. And thank you for putting up with all these changes that we're working on.
And and we're gonna have supper with them just as soon as we can.
I want to,
Elsa
yeah.
had Elsa has suggested 2 dates this weekend, and I'm gonna be out of town. I can't do either one of them. So, but we'll
Get a
figure it
thing.
out. I
Okie
promise. I promise.
dokie.
And why don't we catch up next week and start talking about some local ghost stories?
I'd love to.
It's a
Thank you.
season.
It is. Let's do it.
Yep. Sounds good. All right.
All
Love you
right.
big. Take
Love
care of
you.
yourself.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
WYRD Radio.